Hey guys, welcome back to Sophisticakes by Mary. For this tutorial, I went into my archives and I found this video that I never actually uploaded. And I think it's actually very pretty. This is a piped rosette, almost kind of like a lace applique kind of technique. And we're going to go ahead and get started. And please don't mind the lighting. This was an eternal problem for me when I did cakes out of my house. The lighting was horrible in my kitchen, one little window. So anyway, what we're doing is we're starting with some already filled and crumb-coated cakes. And this one is, I believe, like I said, this is a while ago, so I'm trying to remember. This was, I believe, a 6-inch on top and an 8-inch on the bottom. And I would guess 3 layers of cake in each one. Actually, I think it's 3 layers of cake in the top one and 4 layers of cake in the bottom tier. And I had filled and crumb coated these with dark chocolate ganache, which is dark chocolate and heavy cream melted together and blended together till smooth. I do a 2-to-1 ratio, 2 parts chocolate to 1 part heavy cream. And I just melt them in the microwave, 30-second intervals until you can mix it together with a whisk and all the chunks are gone. Be careful not to overheat it because you don't want to scorch your chocolate. And now I have the final coat on that one and working on this one. When I get done with them, I pop them back into the refrigerator to get them to firm up. Refrigerator for about 20 minutes or the freezer for 10 minutes if you are more in a hurry. And I'm smoothing these down with some water and just spraying water on them. That helps me get remove any air bubbles and kind of just smooth out the surface of the buttercream. I will link my recipe for my buttercream in the description of this video. And while those cakes are chilling, I'm going to mix my buttercream that I'm going to pipe with. It's the same buttercream, and I used burgundy. And I didn't use very much. I wanted this paler shade. A little bit, a medium to pale shade. I didn't want a deep burgundy. And then I used some of these different size dragées to emphasize my piping. And I'm using a 1M and 2 round tips is what I'm using for my piping. And these are my couplers and what I use to secure the top of the bag. And these are 12-inch bags, I believe. And I just pop your tip into the bottom of the bag. Use your scissors to cut down where you need the tip removed from the plastic. And then just fill in with your buttercream. Just get it in there. And don't use so much that you can't hold the bag conveniently. You can always add more. It's a little easier to be in control of your bag if you leave it not completely filled up. Now with the 2 round tips, I guess actually there's 2 round tips, 2 different size round tips, and then I think I did a French tip also, a small French tip. I'm using the coupler for that one so that I can use the same bag of frosting, but just change your tips. That just saves you extra bags and extra work. And we're ready to go. But before I do that, obviously, I need to stack the tiers. You could decorate these separately, but I wanted to make sure that the pattern flowed from one tier to the next. So I'm just using bubble tea straws and cutting them flush with the top of the cake. And just use a little buttercream on top to get your top tier to stick to the bottom. And since this is chilled, I can just pick it up with my hands and just place it on. And since I was going for the seamless look, I'm just using my spatula to fill in that little gap. You could put some buttercream in a bag and pipe it on if you want. That works. Actually, I think it works better. And since this was a while ago, I'm not sure why I didn't do it that way. But this way works just as well. And just remove the extra with your scraper. It's a very easy way to get a seamless look and blend the top with the bottom. Now you'll see me just doing this piping. I'm just using rosettes as my center. I wanted these kind of at a diagonal. If you watch my videos a lot, you'll know that I like things at a diagonal. And I want to keep the same angle on the bottom cake and the top cake with my piping. And you don't have to do exactly this pattern. You can change it up a little bit. And you'll see that I do a few different pattern with the same tips on some other ones, just to kind of change it up a little bit. Now I'm just going to kind of let you watch how this comes together here. And when I'm adding these dragées, please remember that my hands are clean and dry. You might see some coloration on my hands time to time. That's just from food coloring. They're just stained. But my hands are always clean and dry. Just need to add that disclaimer. If you feel better about it, you can wear gloves. But to me, honestly, I'm not sure what the difference is between gloves and clean hands. To me, it's all the same thing. But you make your own judgment call. Now, I did add some dragées on the mint-colored buttercream also. And you will see me using my finger to tap down any of those buttercream peaks that you get when you pipe buttercream. You can't always just get a smooth finish to it. Sometimes you have a little peak, and just wait for it to crust over a little bit and dip your finger in a little bit of water and just tap it down. So there you go, guys. This was a fairly simple one and pretty quick to pull together. And I hope you liked it. I hope you give something like this a try. And please take the time to like and share and subscribe and comment. Ask me questions that you have. I try to get to all my questions if I can. So I hope you liked it. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch my video. And if you'd like to watch some other videos, go ahead and click on the link to one of these other videos shown here. And if you would like to check out my other social media, I am on Facebook and Instagram under the same name, Sophisticakes by Mary. And please take the time to share, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you know when I upload another video. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you on the next tutorial.